Hello and welcome to my apartment. This is Dr. Gakman here. I cleaned up a little bit and it's right at the turn of the new year here. So I figured I would finally show off, my collection. So as you can see, there's a bunch of stuff, mainly Nintendo related. I got a bunch of video game stuff that I like too, all in my living room / dinette. So this is my eye level here. Not going to get into the nooks and crannies. Not going to get into the closets or the other rooms in this video. This is just going to be an introduction video. So, yeah. Underneath a lot of my posters is other posters. This is my Metroid shrine. I don't know really where to begin with all this, but I guess this is a good place to start since it is my favorite Nintendo and video game franchise. All of my little Metroid collectibles and goodies. Yes, that is an audio tape of the soundtrack of the first Metroid. It's a custom Metroid NES controller. I got Baby Metroid, it's squishy. I got the Metroid GameCube box, not the actual GameCube itself though, unfortunately. Then here's other games. I put the portables on one side and console games on the other. Switch on top. Wii U, Wii, GameCube. And then over here, 3DS, DS, Game Boy. And then on the bottom there is going to be, it's a mess right now. It's been a mess for years. But I'm eventually going to have like copies of games. Yes, copies of games, I say. These are going to be for my non-Nintendo systems. The PlayStations, the Segas, the 3DO, the CDI. This is on the way to the restroom. Got my giant AR card here. I've got some Game & Watch mocks there. I call them mocks. This is 3DS, new 3DS plates. Up here there's a timeline of Mario and a timeline of Zelda. I will someday make my own, I guess, of Metroid. And speaking of timelines, above the dining room table, there is this fan-made, it's very crinkled, kind of faded, but there's that. It's a fan-made kind of like tribute to The Legend of Zelda, all the different franchises, or all the different games. Okay, over here above the entryway, or here's the entryway door. We've got some posters. These are store display stuff. I worked at Blockbuster for a long time, and I've been friends with a lot of people at GameStop, and I've, collected some over the years. My controller collection here. I have all the North American Nintendo 64 controllers except for the Millennium 2000, and I do not have the what's the other one? I think there's a Jeffrey the Giraffe one. Blah, blah, blah. I have most of it, like 90%. And then here's all my video game related promo videos, soundtracks, movies, VHS, NES and Super NES controllers, including Super Famicom, and I don't have any Famicom controllers. I would like to get some, but then they would need to be converted to actually work with a NES, which, you know, there are some of those out there. My collection is certainly not complete by any means. For myself, I'm talking. Like, there's still some things that I want, but I want to say a good 90% of what I really, really want. Here's all the Wii stuff, all the Wii U, Switch controllers. I'm going to make a better charge station for the Switch stuff. GameCube controllers, the Pokemon fight controllers, bunch of controllers. Speaking of store displays, this is Resident Evil. This is my little Resident Evil section over here. Got this at Blockbuster. You notice that up there is blacked out. It was for only for GameCube, but they didn't want people to know that it was only for GameCube. They like spray painted over it. And then here's another Resident Evil 4 item. And then underneath there, you can't really see it very well, but that is the newspaper of the Milo Jovovich. I think it was the second Resident Evil movie. And like I said, underneath all these posters, there's more posters. In this closet, there's Metroid clothing in the bedroom/library, which, again, I won't show you. It's not really video game related. But in that closet in there, in the library, there is nothing but video game t-shirts. A lot of which don't even fit me anymore, or gotten when I was way younger or whatever. But these are all hats of various Nintendo things. Mainly got them from the Super Power Supplies catalog. Check out my video on the Nintendo Power magazine stuff. This is some art. I'm going to have more art over here. These are mainly maps. So these came with certain guides, or with games themselves, or with Nintendo Power magazine, or, you know, this, that, or the other. I figured to put the maps on there where I put my coats. I guess I can give you a peek at this. I got one of those gaming CRTs from a long time ago. Still works. Not really doing anything with it. These are my coats and my Metroid clothing. So, as you can see, Metroid. And this is my Metroid, or my video game and mainly Nintendo hoodies. There's some various doodads down there that I'm still going through. Here is my throne. This is where I sit in the center of the room to see my nice television, which is off right now. I haven't decided. I know that when I actually do the blog post and put this video up, there's going to be more videos that come, of course, especially as I add to the collection and or change things in the collection. I'm kind of filming this more for prosperity, and also, you know, because of the CCP flu, less people have been coming over. Not that there was many people coming over anyway, but they were always dazed and amazed by my collection. So I have a shelf representing, for the most part, most of the Nintendo systems. There's a Nintendo 64 shelf with a bunch of accessories and some games, big box games and or games that came with stuff. And then over here, each one of these has a light too. So it's GameCube stuff. That was a store display at Blockbuster, shelf talker. While you see Peach here, On top of each of my speakers is the Super Mario Brothers 2 cast. There's Mario, there's Luigi, there's Toad, and there was Peach. There's also Yoshi. And the subwoofer has Donkey Kong. He's usually on top, but you can't really see him. Plus, he falls off when the bass is thumping, you know what I'm saying? Shoot for real, though. This top shelf is mainly Mario stuff, but there's a bunch of other Nintendo stuff mixed in there, Nintendo Power stuff. Woo! There's Star Fox back there. Did you see him? Oh, speaking of Star Fox, there's that too. I've never even played the game or even used that, but there's that. And there's Captain Lou Albano back there. And he's also in this box here too. He's the original Mario on the Mario Super Show, which, like I said, I've got that over here on my DVDs. Taco Bell stuff, Happy Meal stuff, all that stuff. So, blah, blah, blah. Over here, some poster things. And on the other side of the entertainment center is more poster things. Boy, oh boy, stop texting me. There's my computer down there. This is my guest area that I put, systems when I hooked them up. I got kind of like a little setup right there where I can plug stuff in. And then this is my Switch area. I have two switches, a hacked original launch switch and then a Switch OLED. Now, don't worry, I'm not hacking to pirate games. I'm hacking to put Beats of Rage on there, RetroArch and stuff. So, deep in here, behind the TV, you can't really see it, but it's a bunch of Game Boy and DS related stuff. Maybe if I have the light on, you can see it better. My sensor bar and Wii Speak. There's a little Hamtaro guy there. Ooh, there's some original McDonald's Nintendo toys while I try to turn this light on. Yep, you can see in there. Not very well, but better turn that light back off. Whew. Okay. I got my Game Boy Micro. My 3DS is back in there. Has to be behind the TV because it's too tall, otherwise it would block that one corner of the TV. I got my Super NES stuff there. And I got my NES stuff here. I want to have some kind of, what do you call it? Store display type stuff like I did with the, or like I have with the GameCube above all the systems, but Super Nintendo is pretty packed, so I don't know where I would put that. But I'll have some kind of decoration to someday put in there. And then there's Wii stuff on the bottom here. Woo! Then I've got my systems lined up. Let me move my Moonchair NES and my Moonchair original Game Boy. You got the NES 2, my Laserdisc player VCR, old stuff. Super NES 2, the 64, the GameCube with Game Boy player, my modded Wii, and my Wii U. Now the Wii and the Wii U are directly hooked up, as are the switches, but everything else I have to bring up here and plug in. This is for my Super NES Classic. I was modifying that, but since I moved on to the Switch, the Super NES Classic seems dull. That'll be not dull, but just kind of like it'll alleviate all the stuff that I was doing on the Super NES Classic, and instead just be modifications that'll be better served on the Switch. But anyways, here's some bags. Inside of some of these bags are bags from non-existing stores like Software Etc., Babbage's, you know, those kind of places are gone now because GameStop bought them all out. This is my Nintendo Power Collection, including all the guides, all the special issues, every issue, I'm doing a Nintendo Power checklist. You guys got to check that out if you're interested in that. I'm going year by year. And then here is a bunch of, as you can see, I've made little sticker silly labels here. But there's what they are is there's retailers, game magazines, third-party stuff, Animal Crossing, Pokemon, Metroid, Zelda, Mario, Nintendo Power related stuff, and just Nintendo general stuff. And I am a Nintendo and Nintendo Power nut. This was a part of the Club Nintendo and Game & Watch stuff. These are other gaming books, comics, magazines and stuff. And then these are other gaming magazines, EGM, Die Hard Game Fan, Game Pro, all that stuff. Down here, the exercise stuff. Got Wii Fit. Got my Ring Fit. These are Nintendo Power holsters I found many years later. And here are game systems boxes. Throughout the years, kept all my boxes. There's some just plushies over here. And then over here we've got mainly Sega, but it's also other non-Nintendo system related magazines and catalogs and stuff. Then this is a bunch of posters underneath all of these. But these were the store poster type stuff. I was going to hang them all from the ceiling, but then the ceiling would have been absolutely covered, so I just stacked them on top of each other. These were Club Nintendo items. This is Now You're Playing with Power, original poster. Nintendo Power magazine, all the covers. I have all the alternate covers. Some smaller one-page advertisements. And of course, my Amiibo collection, third parties on the bottom. And wow, that's a lot of Amiibos, isn't it? It's all of the Smash Brothers ones. I don't have all the Mario ones or the Animal Crossing ones. I didn't really care about those. Mainly Smash Brothers. Anything extra Zelda and anything extra Metroid, and some other extra stuff here like that Detective Pikachu and these Yoshis. Loved those. Up on the ceiling here, you got all the Evolutions hanging. You got all the Benson and Dutch and Associates Nintendo Power, Super Power Supplies catalog plushies. They called them beanies back then because of the Beanie Baby craze. These were I think I have most of the Burger King Pokemon toys when they first came out. And I have these Yoshis, different color ones. On top of these two shelves, I have a bunch of game-related cases, including a Blockbuster Nintendo 64 case. And speaking of Blockbuster again, since I said that I worked there, I've got the Nintendo Virtual Boy. I got the performance bag, and I also have the box, and I also have the brochure, a couple of games, the Virtual Boy hanging out there, and the Blockbuster case. This is a Super Princess Peach display. These are my big box games. I've got Zelda Link's Awakening remake. I've got the Mario Kart Live. I have just the Mario one, not the Luigi one. I have this. This is the Japanese. I did a video about this earlier. Famicom Detective Club Collector's Edition. The Zelda, the Pokemon Master. It's almost like Monopoly, kind of. Not really. I don't know. It's hard to describe. And the SNK Heroines pack. These are a bunch of Wii U related items, including promotional things that were done at Burger King. And then here's McDonald's for Mario Kart 8. And some Mario Kart 8 flags and toys. This is all of my Fire Emblem stuff, which is every North American Fire Emblem game released. Except for, I have the Fire Emblem the Heroes type game. What is that called? Oh, Warriors right here. I have the Switch one, so I do not have the 3DS one because that would be a little bit redundant to me. Then there's some Pokemon shelves here. Fan-made stuff, plushies, beanies, toys, card game, the little mini systems, Pokemon Go stuff, actual games. Yeah, I'm going to have to reorganize this because you can't really even see hardly anything in there, which kind of stinks. Might as well turn this light on. This video is already over 20 minutes. Here's my little Resident Evil shrine with the movies and the games. Got mainly the GameCube games, but I also got the Wii ones and the DS, 3DS, and Wii U and Switch and everything else that's not basically Nintendo related. Here's some other third-party stuff, including a menu for the Pokemon Cafe. It was down south somewhere. As Pitfall, Tetris, Kingdom Hearts, which I'm really not into, but whatever. Double Dragon. I got Bimmy and Jimmy, and the Shadow Master back there. Got Battletoad stuff here, and I got up top there. There's Street Fighter, Battletoads, and a Genesis thing hanging from the ceiling. Also on the ceiling are video game related movies, cards, Pac-Man stuff, of course, Castlevania stuff, Frogger, Cubert, Dig Dug, all kinds of stuff, man. Even a Call of Duty thing there, Bravely Default, Space Invaders. And then here's my Street Fighter shelf with some figures and games and little plaques and posters and DVDs. And here's Zelda. This should also be turned into two shelves because you can't hardly display anything. Can't really see anything in there. I know that they'll be releasing more Zelda Switch games. I have the Switch controllers there. And it's just a Smash Brothers. Also, I got a Punch-Out panorama thing and some Amiibos over here. These are actually a friend of mine's Amiibos. Related stuff, which, I'd like to get more of these shells, but I'd have to make them because they don't really sell them in this size. They do that on purpose deliberately so that you'd have to, but I got plenty of pegs so that I can make more shelves. But those are those bookcases, and these are these bookcases. And what else can I talk about? I've got a little Mario display thing there. The cat ears up there. Oh yeah, this is a better look of what's above the couch. Street Fighter long mural. And then there's that Battletoads. I better not fall and die. Here's all my third-party game systems too. Or not Nintendo game systems, I should say. This is kind of like the third-party wall there. There's my Neo Geo Gold X I was hacking it, but the Super NES Classic was better for that. And then but I still like the sticks, which I've converted to either work with the Wii nunchuck plug or USB. And then I've got a Playdia and a PlayStation 2 and a PlayStation 1, both white. that is modified. Is a Dreamcast with all of the controllers except for the sports one in America. And then this is a Game Gear. It's not working. Somebody just gave it to me. And then here is Sega Saturn and these 6 controllers. Need to get a multi-tap for this. And they got the memory card thing in there. And then I also have this really dusty. I also have the box for it and modified it so that it can play foreign games, because the better games for it were foreign. I got 4 Xbox Black controllers, original ones, and an original Xbox. Don't have the box for that, or for the 3DO here, or for the CDI here. But I do have these Saturn badass sticks. I really wish I can convert them to something else. I also got a keyboard and mouse in here for other stuff. Back here I got a 3DO magazine behind the 3DO. I got the instructions for the CDI behind the CDI. Cool stuff, huh? Yeah. There's that. So, here's the third-party wall, which is where I guess I'll end this video. Again, behind these is a bunch of posters. These are from older games that I had, or from game magazines, or from just, some Nintendo Power stuff even mixed in there. Posters, centerfolds, advertisements and stuff. So yeah, I guess that's where I can end the video here. There's so much more in the notebooks and on the shelves and stuff that you really can't see. You really can't get a grasp on. And in fact, inside of all these game boxes, I have, marketing and just related material to each respective system. Yeah, so I am very happy with my collection. It's kind of part of my pride and joy. And it's bleeding over into the other rooms. I didn't show you this, but there's these posters here. These are the very extreme large posters. I'm going to put something here. That's the bathroom, so when I take a shower in there, it's going to mess up any kind of posters. So it's probably going to have to be some kind of cloth or towel or something. Here's my Nintendo bag. You see me walking on the street with it all the time. In part, this is for prosperity, just in case in the future if I have to move, and I may never have my collection on display like this again, at least to this degree. Who knows, maybe I might move and I might be able to display even more. This is also something else. I've already got plans for stuff to add to the Metroid section over here, but yeah, this is got all kinds of Metroid memorabilia and stuff. I am a huge Metroid nut, so I would like to get a gunship. I would like to get a Zero Suit Samus statue. I would like to get... There's a bunch of stuff that I would like to get, but I know I'm never going to be able to afford that kind of stuff. And this is good enough, really. I love it the way it is. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I was saying before that this is for prosperity in case I ever have to move. There is the chance of that happening. And then I also am saying that I'm recording this as kind of like an introduction to my collection. I'm going to be more in depth with all of this stuff as as the collection changes and as I add stuff and as I change stuff over time. And this is mainly for my blogger page. It's going to be on YouTube, but it's, I'm going to have probably more detailed pictures, hopefully when I get a better phone, better camera, so that you can see all the stuff. It's something to behold. I've got it all put away right now, and on display, but it's even on display, you can't really see a lot of it. So, Yeah, and also I talked about some of the modifications that I made to some of the systems, and then I'm also going to talk about my non-Nintendo systems on my blogger too. Those will be covered in different pages. But yeah, this is kind of like an introduction to all that. Again, thanks for watching, and sorry this was so long, and we're going into the new year. And maybe by this time next year, I'll take another video and there'll be even more stuff and it'll be better organized and much cleaner. We'll see. Thanks for watching.